Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today, leading up to the second half for The Walking Dead Season 9, as well as the eventual release for The Walking Dead movies. We got some updates for both. We got a teaser trailer of the Whispers. It's pretty cool. Link will be in the description for you guys, as well as some new details about the movies, and could we actually see more than 3? Alright, so let's go over the Whispers clip first. And if you guys haven't seen it, like I said, click the link, check it out. It's pretty fun, man. So you got some, like a small group of walkers there they're walking towards, and then you have one that kind of stops, and he kind of, sort of, you can see that he's like, you just at a point, there's some point where he's walking, like, so he's walking down with the others. He looks like a walker, and that's one thing about the Whispers in the Walking Dead TV series version that's pretty cool, is that they really get into it, which I guess that kind of makes sense. They wouldn't, as they're walking around and as they're kind of blending in with the other zombies around them, they probably would adopt the movement and the style that the walkers kind of have. They probably wouldn't be walking around, they have the whisper stuff on, but they're like, walking around just like as per normal. Like, you would find annoying, speed walkers, right? That's annoying, right? I just find it annoying. I just think, like, why don't you just jog or run? What are you doing? I don't know. It's speed walking. But, so for the Whispers, they're not just dressed up as the dead. They're not just blending in as far as that way goes and maybe walking slowly, but they're actually moving just like zombies do. So the Whispers are moving, in essence, exactly like the walkers. And basically, what you're seeing is, until they sort of reveal themselves to you by showing you different behavior, you would have no idea that that is actually a Whisper and not a walker. So the clip is called Come Face to Face with Evil. It's pretty cool, and you get to see a gnarly looking Whisper, and it's just really cool. It just basically turns and looks at you, and that's to the point where you can kind of tell which one's which. Like, once they look at you, until they really like look at you or kind of stop moving or do behaviors that are not usual for a zombie, unless they want you to know. From a distance, there's no way you would know. You wouldn't know that is a Whisper. You would think that is a walker, especially considering they're able to mimic the movement style of the zombies or of the walkers, basically identical. They can blend into the point where, you would not know unless you're right up close to them. And then it's at that point you're Jesus, and it's too late. There's also a new picture, by the way, of Jesus on the back of the horse. So for anybody who was like, it was in the trailer anyway. I didn't do a whole video on it because I was like, it's just a picture. You can see it in the trailer. Basically, they're going back, and Jesus is kind of hanging there on the horse with Aaron and Daryl and the others. So that's kind of a sad one. But we knew that was what it was. We knew that Jesus wasn't gonna make it. So long story short, from the new teaser for the Whispers in the TV series are incredible. I think they're absolutely amazing, and I think they're even better than the comic version, just to get to see them kind of blend in so well. It's very cool. So the next one is some new details for the Walking Dead movies. Oh man, I'm so excited. It's like hard to say, like, what are you more excited for? More episodes of the Walking Dead original TV series, or are you more excited for the movies? And the thing about this one is it's starting to sound, we'll go through and read it all and give our thoughts on each part, but it's almost starting to sound like they might actually do more than just the 3 movies, and we'll get to that at the end here. But Enemy.com, Andrew Lincoln says spin-off movies will explore a wider world, which we've seen the larger world thing. This is an even larger world, so an even wider world than what we're used to in the Walking Dead TV series. It says here, quote, I've always been interested in what's going on out there. The Walking Dead's Andrew Lincoln has teased what fans can expect from the show's forthcoming spin-off movies. The British actor who played Rick Grimes in the hit AMC TV show will reprise the role in 3 movies or series, trilogy, 3 movies that look set to explore the wider world. So, speaking on the Talking Dead fan show, which did I see that? I don't think I saw that. Not sure what that is. I'll have to look into that. Lincoln said, Rick's return is not the beginning of the end, but the end of the beginning. So so let's not the beginning of the end, it's the end of the beginning. Okay, so it doesn't mean that The Walking Dead is going to die, right? What it means is that it's the end of the first part of The Walking Dead, right? So it's the end of that original story that they started off with, the TV series getting rolling, and it serves as basically a series finale, in my opinion, from where The Walking Dead started. And now basically what we're seeing is the series continue, and it's season 9, so they haven't relaunched the season number, but it's basically a new show at this point. It's basically, 6 years, time jump ahead, new characters at the forefront, Rick is out of the picture, and you get kind of a continuing, ongoing Walking Dead that is going to be, as we've seen, a new version of the story. So the end of the beginning, right? That it says more, and I've always been interested in what's going on out there. So out there in the world, I like the idea that we get to tell a bigger story, maybe with a sort of wider vista. So they're going to be able to show us some things that they probably would not have been able to show us in the Walking Dead TV series, where they need to pump out an episode the very next week, and they need to go through and shoot 16 episodes every year, every season, with the break in between. And basically in this fashion, they get to kind of do things differently, and they get to maybe travel around more, maybe show different locations in one movie, rather than kind of having the group always situated in like a central location with a couple of offshoot type of episodes. Like maybe think of season 3 where they go offshoot would be Rick, Carl, and Michonne that go to see Morgan and Clear. But aside from that, it's basically all situated in the same location or area. And I've always been interested in what's going on out there. Whether or not there is contact in or with the wider world, I want to know the meta of it all. And I suppose to be able to kind of touch upon that in a contained story for me is a very exciting proposition. So then we go on here. Okay, although specific details of the films are yet to emerge, Lincoln previously likened it to Clint Eastwood's epic Unforgiven and explained that it could see Rick being placed in an entirely new environment, and I would think that it probably would be. Then it says, I liked that as a starting point, and I thought, well, this is interesting. If you've got an audience that knows this character and you find him in a new place, in a new whatever that may look like, and he's not the same guy. He's not the same guy, but you know what's inside of him. I thought that that's quite an interesting starting point. So that's what we're saying about there. So maybe touching on a little bit of an idea here that he's still Rick, but because of what happened and his injuries and maybe some kind of amnesia, or maybe not remembering who he is, not knowing who he is, or just being in a totally new place that's totally foreign to him and really not knowing what happened and what's going on, right? Then it says, describing the movie's Walking Dead, showrunner Scott Gimple previously said, there is more story to tell and we'll be telling it. The story will go on in films. Right now, we're working on 3, but there's flexibility in that. So that's a key point right there. So they're working on 3. So there's going to be at least 3, a trilogy, but there's some flexibility in that, and we'll have to see how those 3 are received, how people respond to those 3 Walking Dead movies, and flexibility. So could they do 4? Could they do more? Could they do other things from the movies, maybe some offshoots and some online episodes or something they could show maybe through, I don't know, their website or something? Lots of different ideas, and I guess the biggest thing is we'll have to see how the movies are received, and whether or not they want to do even more, or maybe do some kind of thing in the middle or something, or some kind of offshoot, like I said, episodes or something. We'll have to see. So there's some flexibility in what they're doing, in that they're not necessarily maybe locked into 3, like they're going to do at least 3, it sounds like, but maybe they could even do more than that. So there's no way to know right now, and we also don't know how things are going to end in the 3rd trilogy of the movie. We also don't know, if it's going to be 1 movie per year, or if it's going to be a movie and then a couple years and then another movie, when the first movie is going to start. So there's lots of unknowns right now, but we're into 2019 already. Time is starting to tick by. Will we see some more details closer to the end of the year this year? And will we see the movie premiere, the first movie in 2020? I don't know, or maybe one per year after that, or possibly maybe even take another year. We'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get to see the first movie in 2020, because I don't think it'll be ready by the end of this year, 2019. I kind of doubt it, but that's very cool, man, and I'm looking forward to it heavily. I hope that it continues to do well because, to be honest with you, I mean, there's lots of shows that are ending right now this year. I've been doing lots of videos lately. Gotham just started and it's in its final run season, but I do think The Walking Dead is something special to where, and I am appreciative for what AMC is doing with it. I think it's very smart where they're not just treating the series like it's one TV show and then they're going to move on after it's done and get all their other shows going. They're treating it with the respect that it probably deserves based on the amount of fans the series has and it being the biggest success they've ever had on the station, and turning it into not just one TV show but a whole franchise where you can have movies, you can have the original show running, you can add on Fear the Walking Dead and cross over a bunch of characters. So instead of having just those 16 episodes or however many it started with in the earlier seasons, now they're doing basically 32 when you count in Fear, and they're adding on the movies here. We might see one movie a year after, or a movie every couple years or something. Give us something to look forward to and really kind of expand on The Walking Dead. It's already probably the greatest zombie apocalypse story, at least in my opinion, the TV series version. Some people go with the comics, and that's fine. But Walking Dead in general, either way, depending on how you look at it, it's probably the best version of a zombie apocalypse story that's ever been done. And now they're just kind of building up and making more of it off of that. And maybe not everybody will like all of it. Maybe some people hate Fear. They don't want to watch that, and that's fine. But I'm sure pretty much everybody most likely will like the movies, considering it's Rick, and he's kind of starting something else now, and we'll see what happens with that. We'll see where that goes, and there's no telling what will happen until we get to see it, and until we get to see how they're received. So heavily looking forward to these, and this looks really good, and I hope maybe somehow they could do even more. We'll see. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe 3 is the end for Andrew Lincoln, but we'll see. That'll be it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. When do you think we'll see the movies premiere? What do you think about the Whispers? And what are you more looking forward to, the movies at this point or the TV series? Let me know what you guys think. If you like the video, thumb it up below, share favorite, and subscribe at the bottom left. Thank you guys all for subscribing. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you again soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.